Good afternoon, guys. So I will give the summary what we discussed in the last session. Last session we discussed about the access specifiers, right? Access specifiers, access specifiers. So access specifiers which are used to specify the accessibility of our classes, methods, and variables. Variables. So in Java, total we have the four access specifiers: public and private, and next we have protected, and next we have the default, and we discussed about the this keyword. We discussed about the this keyword. So these are the last session we discussed about these things: access specifiers, public, private, protected, default, and this keyword. So public is the access specifier which is used to accessibility of our classes, globally access of our classes methods, variables. Private is the access specifier which is used to access locally accessibility of our classes, variables, methods, and constructors. Protected members can able to access within the package or subclass. If you not mention any access specifier, then we can say that is the default access specifier. Okay, this we can access within the package. Next, you have the this keyword which is used to represent the current class objects. Current class objects. Okay, fine. So, like we done with the OOPS basics, and in the OOPS we have the OOPS principles. What are the principles we have? We have total four principles. One is the encapsulation, and the second one we have inheritance, and the third one we have a polymorphism, and the fourth one we have abstraction. Abstraction. So, what does it mean by encapsulation? Encapsulation meaning it is the process of it is the process of combining it is the process of combining variables and methods as a single entity is called encapsulation is called encapsulation is called encaps what is and what is the purpose of this one is it is used for data hiding. It is used for data hiding. It is used for data hiding. So how we can hide the data, we'll see today with the encapsulation. So I will give the over outline of these four principles. I will give over outline of these four principles. Four principles. Okay. So next we have the inheritance. Inheritance meaning it is the process of Inheritance meaning it is the process of extending the properties from one class to another class. Extending the properties from one class to another class. One class to another class is called inheritance. Is called inheritance. Again, inheritance main purpose is code reusability. Code reusability. Code reusability. Okay, the benefit with the purpose of inheritance is code reusability. In the I would say in the inheritance again it is classified into five types: single level inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and hierarchical inheritance, hybrid inheritance, and multiple inheritance. Okay, next we have the polymorphism. What does it mean by polymorphism? Meaning if one object exhibits if one object I can say if one object exhibits multiple behaviors based on the situation. Multiple behaviors based on the situation. Multiple behaviors based on the situation is called polymorphism. Polymorphism. Okay, so again, polymorphism is divided into two types. One is the static polymorphism. Second one is the dynamic polymorphism. Second one is the dynamic polymorphism. Okay, fine. Abstracting. What does it mean by abstraction? Abstraction is the process of. It is the process of hiding the unnecessary data, hiding the unnecessary data, and providing required information. Hiding unnecessary data, hiding unnecessary data, and providing required information, providing required information. Required information is called abstraction, is called abstraction. Okay, these are the four principles outlined. Okay, today we'll go with encapsulation. Today we will go with encapsulation. Okay, I will copy these two lines. Today we can go with encapsulation. What is the purpose of encapsulation and all, we'll see. Okay, the first point is, it is the process of combining variables and methods as a single entity is called encapsulation. And the purpose of encapsulation is, it is used for data hiding. It is used for data hiding. Next, what is the best example for the encapsulation is Java classes. Our Java classes is the best example. Is the best example for the best example for encapsulation. Encapsulation. Why? Because, so what does it mean by encapsulation? Encapsulation meaning combination of variables and methods are as a single entity is called encapsulation. So all Java classes, so obviously class can contain variables and methods, right? So here also Java classes is the best example for the encapsulation. Encapsulation. Okay, encapsulation. So I will take normal one example and then we'll go with that one. Then you can get the clarity. For example, you guys can you please observe? Now I am taking the um, public, and the class name is I am taking some employee, and the employee have the properties like int account number. Next, string employee name, string employee name. Okay. Next, salary, double salary, salary. You can assume these are the properties the employee is having. The employee is having. Okay. So here, if I not mention any access specifier, then it will it already it is having default as the access specifier. Default as the access specifier. Okay. Now what I am doing, int account number, and so okay, now I am mentioning public, and here I am assigning the value which is like here you can take with the long. So account number, it can contain more numbers, right? So you can take as the long. I'm taking some account number like this. This is the account number. Okay, very good. Next, string employee name. So employee name also I'm taking like this, like some Raju or anything I am taking. Okay, and employee salary I'm taking some 50,000 like that, some 5,500 like that I am taking. Okay. Now you guys, can you please observe? Here I am not mentioning any access specifier. If I am not mention any access specifier, then by default it will provide. By default, it will JVM will provide default access specifier. Okay. Now, if I mention access specifier like as the public, and here also I am mentioning access specifier as the public, and here also I am mentioning access specifier as the public. Now, when I define with the public access specifier, then what does it mean? Obviously, the variables out everybody can able to access. These variables everybody can able to access. Okay. So here, third outside people also can able to access. If outside people also can able to access, there is no issue. When the issue will come, when the outside people can manipulate our data, then the issue will come. Are you guys clear with my point? I am defining my access specifiers with the public. Okay, if I define my instance variables with public, there is no problem. When the problem will come, so anybody can able to access. When the outside people can manipulate our data, then issue will come. Then issue will come. So that is the reason if you go with the instance variables as a public, then what the disadvantage? There is no security, right? There is no security, meaning anybody can able to access, anybody can able to modify the data, anybody can able to modify data. Then how you overcome that issue? So that is the reason you have to mention recommended approach is private. Recommended approach is private. Here also you can mention recommended approach is private. Recommended approach is private. Okay. Recommended approach is private. Okay. So if I mention private, then outside people can able to access, cannot able to access. This is good, right? So compared to public, this is the good. Why? Because so here outside people cannot able to access, meaning obviously our code is providing, it is obviously it is providing security, some security, meaning outside people not able to access, meaning they cannot manipulate our data. This is one advantage. And if I mention private as access specifier, outside people also cannot able to access. But if I go with this approach, we have one advantage and we have one disadvantage. We have one advantage and we have one disadvantage. What is the advantage? What is the advantage? What is the advantage is, so nobody cannot access, nobody, outside people, nobody can access, nobody can access, and nobody cannot modify variables of the data, meaning outside people, nobody cannot access, nobody cannot access. Okay, next, nobody can modify, nobody can modify, nobody can modify variables of the value, variables of the value. So this is the advantage when you declare. So that is the recommended approach, like I told you at the time of instance variables also, instance variables always recommended to use access specifier private, private. So whenever you are declaring the instance variables, private is the recommended access specifier. Why? Because if you mention this one as the public, then outside people also can able to access. That is the not a good way. Whenever you are writing the instance variables, you have to recommend it to define with private as the access specifier. This is the point you should keep in mind. Okay. Next, this is the okay advantage. Okay. And if I go with this approach, this is the one advantage. Okay, that is okay, very good. And we have one more disadvantage also. What is the disadvantage? This is the advantage, meaning outside people can able to access our data, and obviously it is providing security also. That is okay, I'm okay with that. But we have, if I go with only this approach, if I go with, we cannot reuse anywhere. So this is the disadvantage. This is the advantage, that is okay, and this is the advantage. This is the disadvantage. So how to overcome this disadvantage? Are you guys clear with my points? So here we are getting the security. So obviously advantage is it is providing security. The advantage with it is obviously it is providing security. Our code is security, secure. This is the advantage. This is the advantage. But we have disadvantage also, right? We have a disadvantage. What is the disadvantage? If you go with this one, we are if you go with this one, we are losing this one. If you want this one, you want to lose this one. If you want this one, you want to lose this one, right? So how, that is not good, right? In our life also, if you want to achieve, if you want one, you have to do, you have to lose one, meaning I would say you want one, you have to lose something. So similarly here also you can see here advantage is it is providing the security, but you are losing code reusability. So these are the how these are the one advantage we have, but we have the one disadvantage. So how overcome above the issues? We can achieve we can achieve both we can achieve both above both like we can achieve both by using methods by using. So that is the reason, are you guys clear with my point? By using below methods, what are the methods? Setters and getters method, setters and getter methods. So we have the one advantage and we have the one disadvantage. So I want both. I don't lose anything. I want both. So that is the reason JDK people provided to us. Those are setters and getters methods. Setters and getters method. Then what is the purpose of getters and setters method? So with the help of getters and setters methods, with the help of getters and setters method, we can achieve both. So we can get the code security and we can reuse our code. We can reuse the code. So that is the main reason of the getters and setters methods. Getters and setters methods main reason is we can achieve reusability and code security. Code security. Okay. Code security. So that is the reason JDK people introduce to us setters and getters methods. Setters and getters method. What is the purpose of setters method? To set the value. To set the value to the variable. To set the value for the variable. Value for the variable. Okay. Next, what is the getter method? Getter method to get the value from the variable. To get the value from the variable. To get the value from the variable. Okay, fine. So whenever you are writing the getters and setters, you have to follow the syntax, how you write. For example, here we have the, like I am taking some id, private int id. Okay, private int id, print id. Okay, here we need to follow some rules, meaning if you want to achieve these two, meaning code security and reusability, every instance variable have two methods. One is the setter method and second one is the getter method. With the help of two methods only, we can achieve security and reusability. We can achieve security and reusability. Okay. Now, for example, I am taking private int id. This is the variable. For this instance variable, we will every instance will variable maintain two methods. In encapsulation, every instance variable maintain two methods. One is the setter method and the second one is the getter method. So with the help of these two methods only, we can these instance variable we can reuse anywhere. This instance variable we can reuse anywhere. Okay, fine. I hope this is clear. Now what we will do? So simply I will go with the setter method and getter method. I will write the syntax manually. You know, you will get the better understanding. Okay, fine. Now I am going with the setter method. Setter method. Okay, already we know to set the value for the variable. Okay, to set the value for the variable. Whenever you are writing the setter method, you have to follow some instructions. What the instructions you have to follow? See, so already you know like how to define method and all, right? So while defining the method, what are the things you need to consider? First one is the return type. Second one is the first one is the uh, access specifier. Second one is the return type. Third one is the method name. Okay, third one is the method name. Okay, fine. So access a specifier, what should I give? Should I give the private? So here if I give private, in method also if I give the private, is there any use? No, there is no use. So method you have to mention here public only. So then only these we can reuse. Public. Next, setter method. So the purpose of setter method, it has to set the value. It has to assign the value only. So the action, the purpose of, so the method want to return anything. Now method don't want to return anything. So the method setter method purpose is uh, don't want to return anything. It has to set the only value. Okay, so that is the reason I am taking only void. Okay. Next, method name. How we can write the method name? So setter methods and getter methods are Java keywords. We have the set keyword, and here we have the get keyword. The both are keywords coming from the Java result words. Okay, the same keywords I'm using. Why? Because so setters and getters methods also predefined methods JDK people provide to us, right? So set is the keyword, right? Set is the keyword, guys. And next, variable name. How we can give the variable name? Here, if you see here, two are the lowercase. But whenever you are writing the naming convention for the method, you have to follow the camel case. What is the camel case? Camel case meaning if the word can contain the number of words, then first word all characters should be lowercase. Okay, this is the lowercase. This is also okay. Very good. This is coming from the predefined keyword also. All character should be in the lowercase. Okay, fine. Next, you have to follow the camel case meaning I should be capital D. So this is the method name. So like this we have to define. Okay, I hope this is clear. And we are initializing the instance variables. So that is the reason I am taking int id. And so last session we discussed about this keyword, right? This keyword id dot id, which means so we are initializing the instance variable with parameter. We are initializing the instance variable with the parameter. With the parameter. I hope this is clear, right? With the help of set method, what I am doing generally, I am taking the parameter and assigning the value, whatever the parameter is having the value, that value I am assigning to the instance variable. Okay, this is okay, clear. Okay, with this is okay, clear. Next, what I will do, we have the method that is getter method. Getter method public. The method want to return something, right? Which what it has to return? Int. Why only int? The variable contain two methods. One is the setter method and the second one is the getter method. Now setter method is done. Now we have to return the value int, the method name. Get is also keyword. Get is also keyword, and you have to follow the camel case, method name, and from here to here it has to mention like this. And here if it has the return type as the delta. So in that block, last line should be the return statement. I am taking okay, return statement, this dot id, this dot id. So this is the thing you have to follow, guys. This is the structure you have to follow, guys. Are you guys clear with my point? Anyone have any questions in this area? Guys, anyone any question? This is clear or not? What does it mean by setter method? What does it mean by getter method? Why we are using the setters and getters method? Are you guys clear with these points or not?
So tell the syntax of setter method again.
Syntax. Okay.
Mm. Setter method.
Yes. Setter method, the meaning it is has to the perform the operation of the setter method. It has to set the value. It has to set the value. So generally where it is available, it is available in the class. For example, if I take the public and the class name is employee class, and from here to here this is the scope of the class. And this class is having the property that is int id is the property. Now what I told you, every instance variable in encapsulation. That point I will write here. This is the encapsulation. In encapsulation, every every instance variable maintain maintain two methods. One is setter method, and second one is getter method, and the second one is getter method. Okay, fine. Now, okay, this is the instance variable. Now it is having the I would say. Now here, did I assign any value? No, right? This is the normal. So if I not any assign the value, it will obviously it will give the default value. I don't like default value. I want to pass the value. How can I pass the value? By using the setter method. Setter method, which is used to set the value. Okay, so how we can write the syntax for the setter method? So first one is the access specifier, and the method don't want to return. Only method operation is it has to assign the value. If it has to assign the value, then obviously you can take the void. Next set is the keyword, and how you have to follow the name camel case. Set ID and int ID. So why only I am taking int ID? Because so we are taking the input from the object, like whenever calling we are taking the value from the outside, and that value we are initializing with the instance variables. This dot ID equal to ID, meaning I am assigning parameter with instance variable. I am assigning parameter with instance variable. I am assigning parameter with instance variable. Okay, this is, so what will happen? Taking the parameter. So method purpose is nothing but it will take the parameters, it will do some operation, and it will give the some results. So here also it is what it is doing, taking the parameters and assigning the value. It is just assigning the value. It is just assigning the value, and we will we have the setters method assigning the value to this variable. Okay, and public int data type, get is the keyword id, and from here to here this is the scope of the id, and here what I'm returning here, whatever the instance variable is available. I told you like every instance variable will maintain copy of the, every object will maintain copy of the its own instance variables, copy of its own instance variables. So in this class also employee is having property, and employee object maintain one instance variables, and when you are mentioning this dot id, and it is returning the id related value. This is clear or not? Guys, any question in this area?
It's clear.
Anyone, any questions in this area? Okay, fine. So next we'll go with I will write one program normally. I will show you. You can get the clarity on it. I will go with in a file, and then I will take these all files. I will remove. Here I will take the file. Here I will take the file new take a file text document. So here I am taking some employee class and Java is the extension. I'm opening this one. Public employee uh, employee. So here I am taking two properties like a public int ID and for example I am taking only one property. With that I will show you can get the clarity. Okay. For every instance variable it will maintain two methods, static setter method and getter method, right? So public I would say static public, and this is the method don't want to return anything, return type set id. Okay, and then from here to here this is the scope of the method, and here you can pass the value int id, and here you can pass the this dot id equal to id. So I'm initializing parameter. I'm initializing instance variable with parameter. Parameter. We are taking public void get id, and from here to here this is the scope of method, and here I am returning this dot id, this dot id. Okay, this dot id, and this two are which methods? Instance method or static method? Are you guys there or not?
Instance method. Yes.
Instance.
Guys, so don't sit idle. Okay, we
Sir,
are
you have mentioned in variables. In
uh,
sir, you have mentioned in variable public, na sir. Yeah, yeah, we have talked
ah,
about private.
yes, yes,
Right.
exactly. This should be the private. Okay, this should be the private. So this is the recommended one. If you mention the public, then there is no security. Okay, it should be in private. So variable should be in the private, method should be in the public in encapsulation. Okay, okay. These two are instance variable, instance methods. How can I call these two methods? So for that we need to take one main method. Why? Because every program execution start from the main method only. Public static I can say void main, and here you can take a string args, and from here to here this is the scope of the main method, and first you should create the object for the current class. So object for the current class is employee, and e equal to new employee, and I have created the object successfully. Now I will call the method. Which method should I call? First set method e dot set. So here we need to pass the value, right? Set id, set the value. So I am passing some 200. Okay, and then I need to get the value e dot get id. If I run this one, should I get anything? No, I won't get anything. Why? Because there is no SOP statement. So that is the reason what I will do. This I will write in SOP statement. Then I can get the value. I will take the SOP statement, and then here they will I will write I will mention inside s dot get id, s dot get it id. I hope this is clear. Now I can save this one, and then I will go to the file, and then I will show you how it will work. Wherever file is available, you can go to that file location, open command prompt cmd java c, the file name file name dot java, and the next which is compatible types. So in which line it is throwing the error, line number 14 and line number 24. So some make the mistakes. Get it has to return the int. This purpose is only setting the value and this purpose is only returning the value. Okay, now we can go to there and we can come here. We can run this one Java CE and then we can print the value. Java C employee dot Java employee dot Java Java. Oh, sorry, we are getting the value as the 200. This is clear or not, guys? Very important. Okay, in AIM also we will use the encapsulation. This is clear or not? If you guys have any questions, you can ask me this. Any questions in this area? So what I did generally, I will tell you one more time. Here I'm I would say giving the value. This is the input, right? I am setting the value. This value, what I am doing, I am passing this value to the method. Okay, I am passing the value to my method. This is the thing. Yeah. So I am passing the value. Now it is holding. This is the parameter value. Okay, whatever the value I am passing, that value again it is going here, and this value I am initializing with this variable. This value I am initializing with this value. Now finally it is holding the value. Finally it is holding the value, some value. For example, finally it is holding the value, some 200. It is holding the value, some 200. Okay, fine, very good. Now how to return the value? So for returning the value, this is the method. So whatever this method is, it can take the value from the variable. Okay, we will use the get id variable name, and we are running this one, and we are printing the variable. Okay, simple, guys. Now this is the normal instance variable. That is, if you not mention anything, then that is it can print default values, right? We don't want default values, and we only assign the values, we only retrieve the values. Setter method, which is used to, we are setting the values. Okay, fine. Now it is holding the value, and getter method, which is used to retrieve the value from the variable. That's enough. This is clear or not, guys? This flow,
Yeah,
this
it's
what
clear, sir.
we are assigning the value by using the setter method. Now it is holding the value. That value we are printing. We are retrieving the value by using the getter method. That is the thing. Okay. So the same program I can show you in the IDE also. So in the IDE, what they will do, IDE people. So writing the getters and setters methods already, the getters and setter methods already they are predefined. Okay. So instead of writing the manually, they provide to us shortcuts, meaning directly you can write the variables, and if you click on the getters and setter method, directly IDE will generate, and through that you can write the program. Okay. So but in your case, what you guys will do, in practice session, we can write the programs by using the notepad. Okay, notepad only you can do the assignments and share in the group. I will show you how to do encapsulation, how to do the programs on the IDE also. Okay, both case we will do, but assignments you have to practice with IDE notepad. I will show you. I will go to the IDE and then I will take one file and then I will write the program on it. You can get some clarity on it. Okay, I take this on. So here I am creating one project. There is no Java project. What you can do, you can change the perspective. Go show view perspective, open perspective, change into Java. Okay, entire structure has changed. Now create Java project. Now here you can give any name. So in my case, I'm giving the name as a demo, and no need module.xml. Now inside the demo, src, and we can mention with package. Package name can mention anything. So I'm mentioning like OP part 2. OP part 2. Don't to give the spaces and all. Oops, part 2. Okay, in that, again I am taking one more package. Here I am taking the class as the employee. Employee. You can take with the class Java class. Click on that and give the name as the employee. Okay, fine. Okay, here you can take n number of variables. Okay. Now here I am taking int id. Next, long access specifiers also you can mention private. Next, I am taking private long account number. Account number. Okay, so I'm going with the two variables. You can get the clarity. Okay. For this, what you can do, in the ID they provided shortcuts. So simply right click on it. You can get the source option, source, and go to there and generate getters and setters. Generate getters and setters. Simply click on that, and it is asking generate setters and getters. So this is a shortcut, guys. But before going to shortcut, you should be aware with normal scenario, normal syntax. You should understand. So once you get the clarity on that, only you can go with the shortcuts. Okay, and I am generating, and it has generated setters and getters method. It has generated setters and getters method. Okay, and now these two are custom methods, right? How to tell to the JVM. How we can tell to the JVM? You should take the main method, and then you can tell to the JVM. Okay, new employee e equal to employee e equal to new employee. Okay, e dot set the value account number. Here I am giving the account number like this. I am giving. Next, e dot get the value or set the value. Anything is okay. E dot get the account number. If you want to print this one, you should mention this one inside SOP statement. SOP statement. Okay. So similarly, you can do with respect to next variable account number also. Similarly, you can do. You can set the value. Account number already we used, right? So come on int id. Get tag or get id. Okay, this is the thing. And cut this one and take SOP statement, and you can mention inside the control, and then you can run the file. So this is all about encapsulation. This is all about encapsulation. Are you guys clear with my point? Anyone have any questions in this area? Any questions, guys? Okay, guys, can you please share your names? So, oops is very, very, very important, guys. Okay, please do the practice multiple times.